Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and welcome to another one of our complete before and after house flip videos. So in these videos, we show the entire process from buying to repairing to selling the property. And we show you the real costs of what it actually takes to do this, unlike some other shows you may see on TV. We go over the carrying costs, selling costs, repair costs, financing costs, all of that to show you what we actually made on the property. And we'll show you the before videos, the during the videos, the after videos to show you what it looks like as well. And this was a crazy house. This is my 200th flip that we've sold. And this is one we did a major remodel on. For a while, it had a super open concept because the roof was gone. So we'll show you all of that as well as the numbers and much more in this video. And of course, check out investformore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, being an agent, and all that great stuff as well. And we love the likes and comments, so keep those coming. So this house was bought from a wholesaler for $180,000. We sold it for $356,000, and our costs were a lot. We'll go over that, what we paid, what the repairs were, and all of that. And we'll tell you what the profit was here as well. Hey, it's Mark Ferguson here with Invest for More. We're standing outside a house flip we just purchased last week, and the owners had a couple days to move out, and they are out. So this is a house with a lot of room for profit, but needs a lot of work. And one annoying thing is, as you can hear, we are on a somewhat busy road. Hopefully everybody stays in their lane and does not run me over. But the property has a lot of potential. It's good size, and we got it for a good price. This is what we got from a wholesaler. So we've got a ton of houses from wholesalers this year. It's just been crazy. I think we've got 8 different wholesalers sell houses this year and sell us houses. Last year, I think we had 1 or 2. So this property has hardwood, has a huge living room, has a big addition off the back, so it's a good size house, but it needs a ton of work. It was purchased for $180,000, and people always ask how we buy so many houses from wholesalers, and we have a lot of contacts, a lot of people who I've talked to for years who never, nothing ever worked out, but then all of a sudden they get a good deal, we end up buying one. We always keep in contact with them, always try and stay in, good graces, don't burn bridges with people. But the wholesaler had us show up with a few other people, said, hey, first person that says they want it, get it. So we looked at it in about 5-10 minutes, said we're good, we'll take it, and went from there. But we're thinking the ARV or after repaired value on this property is going to be $300,000 probably. It's big. We actually have 4 houses right in like a 5-block radius here in Loveland, Colorado. This being the newest one. But we'll spend at least $50,000 or $60,000 probably on paint, flooring, windows, doors, bathrooms, kitchen, roof, some landscaping work, and some other stuff. So a lot to do here. You can see these windows are some of the worst we've seen. Well, it's actually, you can see all the mold and just rotting away. So obviously have to do that. Kitchen is right here. So this, we'll have to spend quite a bit of money on, but it has, a separate little eating nook, has a big enough living room where you can have a dining room table in there. So no, people are always saying how a lot of our houses are so small and they don't have a dining area. Well, if you want affordable, cheapest houses in the areas, sometimes you have to sacrifice. Here's the laundry room, which is big, good size, and we might just put a door right there. I'll tell you why here in a second. Here's the garage, just a 1-car, but at least has a garage. And this is one of the more concerning things, but it's not super concerning to me. I think they had a little fire in here, and so we'll have to get that all checked out. All right, so here is kind of the family room addition area. And you can see this was the outside of the house before, the doors coming out, and they added on this whole outside part, windows, everything, kind of a weird little area back there. So what Nikki was saying is we could try to make this an option for a master bedroom, because you have your big living room right there, And for a house this size, you usually don't need a second huge living room. But we could do the option, we could put kind of French doors there, either glassed or not glassed, just regular French doors. Kind of close off, you know, that laundry room area. Leave that as your sitting room area. Close that window off. And then make this back here, which is actually supposed to be the third bedroom, your giant walk-in closet. And it also has a weird window to the other bedroom, which we would take out and close off. A lot of these windows we don't need. This window right here, you know, giant window looking into like your sort of closet, like we don't need that. Can take that out, you know, patch the siding outside, save us money in windows. So with the master, you would also have your bathroom right here, which is not amazing. It's a little tight. It goes into the second bedroom there too, which we already saw, which is weird. So we don't need that. Here you can see the outside of the house right there. Put in a better shower, bigger shower, kind of reconfigure it a little bit, and all of a sudden you have not a huge master, but a master bath, huge closet, really big master here. And if someone wanted it with the French door option there, you could still use it as a living room, living space if you didn't want it to be a master bedroom. So that's one thought. We'll see what we end up doing. The back, this property has a huge yard. So one nice thing besides a giant yard is has an extra little shop thing. And it's pretty good size. Again, it's not in amazing shape either. It'll need lots of roof work, but it's still standing. And it's got a concrete floor. But you could turn this into, I mean, this is a 3-car garage if you wanted to put more garage doors in. So that's the property. Like I said, we bought it for $180 from a wholesaler. We'll have $50,000 to $60,000 of work into it. Another $20,000 to $25,000 in carrying costs, financing costs, and selling costs. And we'll probably sell it right around $300. I think the wholesaler said he thought the ARV was $310, but I always like to be a little conservative and assume that it might not go for the most possible money. Standing outside one of our house flips, and this is the definition of extreme open floor plan that I'm going to show you here pretty soon. There were some unforeseen repairs that we had to do, and I'm going to show you those here pretty soon, which you'll be able to see as soon as we open this door. There you go. That is not a sunroom back there. That's our master bedroom, or what's going to be our master bedroom. What we're doing, we'll get to the back part soon. In the first video, there's a wall that came almost all the way across there. As you can see, we took that out. This is a slightly load-bearing wall. We didn't think it was, but it is slightly load-bearing, so I have to put in the beam. We're gonna move our kitchen from back there to here. And then we'll probably have kind of a breakfast bar thing right here. We'll have new windows, have to do a lot of wiring work, a lot of plumbing work. As you can see, these pipes are mostly all galvanized. So we will have to move plumbing and redo a lot of it. So it really wasn't that much more expensive to move the kitchen because of that. This will be a hallway going straight to that door. Not really a hallway, but there'll just be a wall right where this pipe is right here, kind of. We'll have a wall going straight back. You'll kind of walk down here. This will be just open, a craft room. We had some cool cabinets and stuff in there. We had to tear it all out just because this roof is so bad. We had to redo the whole thing, as you can see. This will be our new master bedroom. So we'll have this wall that comes along here, a door somewhere around here. That will be closed off. Big, huge master bedroom, big, huge closet back there, and we'll have the bathroom probably over here somewhere. As you can see, all that needs redone. And this will be closed off. That used to open up into the other bedroom. Now, we'll talk about the most exciting, fun part about this house, and that's the open concept roof, which will be really nice in the summer, but it's not quite as nice when it's 30 degrees outside in winter. The roof is 2x4s, kind of nailed into the walls. And then there were some beams, I don't know, those weren't them, that ran along that wall to that wall. But they weren't big beams, and they could not run that span and support this space, so the roof was basically caving in. And you could see right there, I mean, that's a 2x4 about ready to split because of the weight from the snow and roof. Had to redo this whole back area, demo it. Over here, we have the other bedrooms. So here's one bedroom. The sheetrock is cut so that a lot of the wiring can be done. The bathroom is mostly gutted now. The pink tub is still there. We are not going to keep that pink tub. And I think we decided to paint all the trim white or redo the trim. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah. In here you can see that window will be covered in. You can see this was the original exterior of the house. This wall here, and then that wall right there, and this was the addition. So this will be a bedroom again. So it will have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, big living room, open kitchen area, big master bedroom, and hopefully we'll get a decent price for it. It is on a semi-busy road. However, houses do still sell on this road. It's a 2-lane road. If it was a big 4-lane road, really shy away from that, but we're hoping that won't affect it too much. We have had really bad luck with houses on extremely busy roads, so we tried shy away from that. Even after considering, hey, this house might be worth 20% less because it's on a busy road, it's like, well, actually it's worth 30% less, and it takes a long time to sell. So on really, really busy roads, we're always very careful about that. Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we're standing outside a house flip we've been working on for a while. This is one we bought from a wholesaler. We bought this for right around $180, and we were thinking it would be worth around $300 when we're done, but we did not think we'd have to do as much work to it as we have done. So this is one I've done a few videos on that a lot of you may remember, where I asked about floor plan changes, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. But in the before video, when you first walked in, there was an opening into the addition going back that way. So we closed that up, made this your big living room. The kitchen we changed around as well because the kitchen cabinets used to be over there, and we moved them all over here so we could have a little bigger kitchen and have it open to the living room. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We put in new windows, new doors. This is the original hardwood that we will refinish. Here is one of the bathrooms, which was very pink and very dated before. So we will obviously have a new vanity toilet in there at some point. And the other bedroom here, which used to have a window right there going into a closet, which was pretty amazing. And it used to have a door to a little tiny bathroom that went into the addition as well. So we closed all that off, made it its own bedroom. All right, these cabinets are the kitchen compact line from Home Depot. And we used to use these a lot before. They come in really fast. You can be pretty custom with what you want, but not crazy custom. But we stopped using them because they only had kind of the light brown maple, the darker brown birch colors, and we pretty much stopped using those colors. But they just came out with their, as you can see, shaker white, so we can get these now in a more updated style, which is pretty cool. This was your kitchen. We added this doorway to make this hallway, although our first contractor made it a huge hallway. I thought we could get away with it being just as wide as that landing right there. He had to add that other landing and leave more room for the master bedroom, but that's what he did. And then this before was just kind of a workroom office, and we're just gonna leave it open. So if somebody wants to use it as an office, if they really want to get crazy, make it a bedroom, and they can add a wall, we'll let them do that. But for right now, it's just kind of a cool little office, study, storage, whatever you want to use it as. And then this is the gigantic closet. So again, no lights in here, but huge, nice closet. So I'm hoping the master bedroom really sells this house. Should be a nice feature for someone. You can see what the back of the house looks like. It's kind of boring now without the windows, but it's the back of the house. I think it's okay. I don't think someone's gonna say, oh man, the back of this house is so ugly, I'm not gonna buy it. And you can see kind of where we patched in the new siding. So we could not find this stuff, but we did come close, just a different texture. And if you get up close to it or really notice it, yeah, it looks different, but I'm fine with it. If I lived here, I'd be fine with it. And hopefully whoever buys it is fine with it, because we really don't want to side the entire house. Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. We're standing outside a house flip that is finished and ready to sell. So this was a doozy of a flip. We completely changed the floor plan, had some other crazy stuff happen, and spent way more money than we thought we would, but we still might be okay on it. We are gonna be listing it here soon, but we did just notice once the dumpster was taken away how ugly the driveway is. So we're gonna have our guy come back and clean that up a little bit. So this property we bought from a wholesaler for $185,000, I think. Oh, look, there's a cobweb right there. We were planning to spend like $50,000, maybe $60,000 on it and sell it for around $310,000, but we ended up spending more like $80,000, maybe more. And we're actually thinking we might be able to get close to $350,000 for it now. So we'll see how that goes. But it's big. It's I think it's 1,900 square feet. Has a big lot, almost a third of an acre. Has the attached garage plus a detached garage. So I think it will sell for close to that, and we'll be okay numbers wise. But we will have quite a bit of other costs too for selling, financing, and carrying costs, since we have had it quite a while. When we first bought it, this living room was kind of the same, but everything else was different. The kitchen was over there where the dining room was. There's a big wall here we took out. There was a doorway that went to a family room back there that we changed around. So we made a lot of big changes in this house. And usually we try not to do that just because so many things can and do go wrong when you make big changes. And it takes so long as well. These rooms were still somewhat the same. Here's one bedroom. We refinished the hardwood, put in new windows, new trim, new paint, new fixtures, new doors. So there was a lot of work that went into this. We did plumbing work, some electrical work, roof. So I think there's HVAC work. There's quite a bit going on. We completely redid the bathrooms. This had a giant, I think it was pink vanity, had a pink tub before. Oh, there's something in there. Well, we've gone to using bath surrounds whenever we can, because with their designs, they don't look that bad. They're cheaper, they're easier to clean, and they take so much less time to install than tile tubs. So that's really been something that has helped us recently. This bedroom back here used to have a door right there that went into a little tiny bathroom that was then connected to a family room. So we took that door out, changed that all around. There was also a window right here that looked into the back. We took that out, made this just a real bedroom now. And then, as I said, we completely redid the kitchen, moved it. These are Home Depot cabinets and Home Depot counters, Home Depot appliances. This used to be the kitchen right here. You can see Nikki did stage this house as well. And then there used to be a wall right there and a window looking out into that addition. This is the new and improved laundry room. In the garage, we have an extra window. But it used to be you walked through that little door and then walked back through another door to get into this back room. But we added this hallway. It's a little wider than I was hoping for, but I'm going to live with it. And then what we end up doing is putting up this wall and making a master bedroom. So this was just a one kind of big family room before, and it had windows everywhere. So we took out some windows and made it into a master suite. I was talking about before how that other bedroom had a door that came into a tiny bathroom. That was where that tiny bathroom was, so we gutted that, made it bigger, made a master bath that comes into the master bathroom only now. And then this was kind of another bedroom before, and that's where the window looked out from the other bedroom that I talked about. And now this is a giant master closet. So I think this is a really nice feature to have this big master, because you already have a really big living room. You have this little den here that could be an office or extra space. And I don't think you need another giant family room for the house. All right, the backyard. Maybe we'll get out here. Oh, look, our sprinkler's kind of going. A huge yard. And it does have a garage back there. That's where all the windows were that we took out. We just did not need that many windows in the closet and or in the middle of a wall. So that's why we did that. Here's the garage. We still need to get the roof done on the garage. They did the roof on the house, but as you can see, the roof on the garage is a little worse for wear. And we did have to add some siding, clean up this, add the garage door. So we had to do some work out here too. We didn't spend a ton of money on it, but just wanted to get it, you know, somewhat workable. We have a really fancy lock for it. Hopefully nobody picks that. Oh, they didn't clean up all of it. It's better than it was, but, you know, not the most beautiful garage ever built. And we replaced, oh yeah, some of these panes were broken, so we just replaced them instead of replacing the whole window. A lot easier. All right, so that is the property. We will get it listed here soon. It will be interesting to see how the market reacts with it being on that road, with it back into the railroad tracks. But we priced it at $350 because there's other houses that are smaller lots, don't have the extra garage, selling for $350 in this area. So we are pricing it lower than it, definitely quite a bit lower than it would be priced if it was, you know, on a quiet street on its own lot. So we're hoping we have it priced right. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, we bought it for $185, I think. Have $80,000 to $90,000 into this. We had to rebuild this whole back roof, which was in a video, because it was made out of 2x4s spliced together. So there's a lot of unexpected costs on this one. Changing the floor plan like that really adds to the costs. And then we'll probably have, yeah, $25,000, $30,000 in other costs as well. So we'll have $110,000, $120,000 into it. So our break even is probably around $300, $310. Not, you know, for that amount of work, not an amazing flip, but we'll still be okay. Didn't take a huge amount of resources, but we did take us some time to get it done. The repairs on this property were crazy. As you can see in the video, we had to do a lot to this house, and I honestly didn't list every single thing out because there were so many little things, so much going on with this property. But we'll look at the major things, go over those, a lot of them, and then have one big pile for the rest of it down there. The roof, $17,000 for this roof. Now this includes much of the reframing and rebuilding of that back addition. Our roofing company actually did most of that, so that's why that cost was so much. For a regular roof, it would be half that, maybe less, but they did a lot of that framing, demo, all of that. Flooring, about $4,500, paint, $5,500, that's inside and outside. We have worked really hard to get our painting numbers down, our flooring numbers down. We could easily pay that much just for the interior paint on this property if we were to use a big time painter or a big company, but that's how we often save money on these, is working really hard to find the right people for those jobs. Windows, we replaced almost every window. We took out some windows, $4,000. The kitchen was $7,500 or so. That was more than we normally spend because we moved that entire kitchen. So normally we can do a kitchen for less than that. Baths were a lot too as well, because we redid one completely. And then the other one, we actually rebuilt and moved it as well and expanded it. So that was a lot of money for the bathrooms, framing, doing the new bedroom and back, filling in some of the other walls, electrical work, plumbing work, HVAC work, and then the miscellaneous pile down here, which was doors, some landscaping, working on the garage, light fixtures, just lots of demo. There's just lots of little things that add up on it. So all of this adds up to about $88,500. So there you go. This was a very expensive flip. We spent a lot of money on it, but in the end it worked out okay. Wish we wouldn't have spent so much or didn't have to spend so much, but that comes with these big projects. Next up, our carrying costs. What do those end up being? Now, these are the costs that are often left out on many other shows or memes or posts, whatever you want to show. That's because these are the ones that just add up but aren't fun to talk about it. You have these while you own the house. Insurance, right? We have to have insurance on the house. We have private lenders, banks, hard money lenders sometimes. They all want us to have insurance on the house. About $2,100 when we own this, and it's different insurance for a flip than you would a homeowner or rental property. Some people will use rental property insurance, but just remember, if something goes wrong and the insurance company really wants to fight it, you could be in trouble if you're using rental property insurance or homeowner's insurance on a house that's vacant and you're flipping. Taxes are super low on this property, crazy low. Maintenance, mowing the lawn, doing snow removal, things like that the whole time we own it. And utilities, right? We have the heat on, we have the water on, have electricity on the whole time we own it. So all of those costs add up over time to about $64.50. Selling costs. We have selling costs too, which often aren't talked about. It costs money to sell a house, and we actually save a lot of money because I'm an agent, because I'm a broker, but you still have other costs. We almost always pay, we'll put buyers here, a buyer's agent on our flips. Our last complete before and after flip, we actually sold ourselves. That's really, really rare. We almost always pay another buyer's agent. We pay them 3% on just about every house. Every commission is negotiable, but that's what we offer. And that's how much that equals based on the $356,000 selling price. Title fees, I bought this from a wholesaler. So a lot of times you have more costs when you buy from a wholesaler because that wholesaler puts his costs for buying or selling the property onto you, which is fine. You just have to count on that. So we have more title costs. This is kind of selling title costs and buying title costs put together. But that's paying your closing company for title insurance, all of that. Staging, we had $1,000 for that, which Nikki does. And then it's like $14,180 in that range for our selling costs. We also have financing costs too, right? We don't pay cash for all of our properties. A lot of people say, hey, why don't you pay cash? You've been flipping houses for so long. You've done 200 flips. You should have boatloads of cash just sitting around everywhere. And I wish I did, but I'm really good at spending that money on new properties and sometimes cars. So that's why we don't have boatloads of cash laying around everywhere. But we do have to have a ton of cash to do this many flips. We have from 10 to 20 flips going at once. So we need a whole lot of cash to pay for these repairs, down payments, carrying costs, all of that. And by using financing to buy the properties, we can do more properties, which actually makes us more money in the long run because the profit on additional properties is more than the cost of financing. So I've done videos like that before that show all those numbers. I'll try to remember to link to it in here. If I don't, remind me in the comments and I will. But financing seems really expensive, but it actually makes us more money in the long run. You have to trust me on that. So we have interest on this and points. We held this one for 13 months. So that interest adds up. Really hoped not to hold it that long, but honestly, for as much work as we did, that wasn't a crazy amount of time. And that all adds up. So that's $23,100 for our financing costs, paying interest, paying points. Points are an upfront fee. We pay many of our lenders, and we have different agreements with a lot of different lenders as well. So we use different private money, hard money, sometimes bank money on these deals. All right, now this is the fun part in some videos and the not so much fun part in other videos where we add up all the costs and see if we actually made any money on this flip. So this is one that I honestly would have expected had gone worse because it took so long, had so many repairs, but luckily we had a much higher sales price than what we were anticipating when we first bought the property. I think part of that is because we did so much work to it, changed the floor plan, really made it a lot nicer house than it was when we first bought it. So how much did we actually spend on this property? Bought it for $180. Financing costs $23,100. Repairs $88,500. Carrying costs $64.50. Selling costs $14,180. And all of these add up to something like $132,000. Plus, we've got the $180 we spent. So our break even was right around $312,000 in that range. As I said, we sold it for $356 minus $312 is something like $44,000. So not a bad flip for how much work we did. I would have always loved to make more, but I always love to make more on every single property. So that's nothing new. But it turned out to be okay. If we had sold it for only $300,000, obviously it'd be a very, very, very bad flip. But it turned out to be okay. When we put this house on the market, it sold right away. Had no issue selling it. The buyers loved it. They actually had a house to sell though. So that took a little bit of time, had a few delays because of that. And sometimes that's a little risky when you take an offer where the buyers have to sell their house to buy your house because there's a lot of different moving parts. But in this case, it worked out. We got everything done. We sold the property. We got our 200th flip sold. So thank you guys. Really appreciate all the support you give me. Appreciate all the comments, the likes, all of that great stuff. If you like these videos, please tell us. Keep us motivated to do more and more. The better the videos do, the more motivated I am to do those certain types of videos. So your support, comments, likes, help us figure all of that out. Thanks a lot. And of course, check out investormore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, being an agent, wholesaling, all of that good stuff. And we have 9 books on Amazon as well. And in December here, we're doing a virtual conference for Investor More where I walk through my properties live, give all kinds of great advice, have some education sessions as well. So I will link to that below too, but it's investormore.com/event. If you want to join that, that's limited to 250 people. Should be a ton of fun. Our first time doing it. So maybe we'll completely mess things up and you can watch that train wreck too if that's what you're into. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more soon.